Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing today? Thank you all for joining us. I am your host, Darth Wookie. So, fam, how we all doing? Right?
Did you say fam?
Fam. Yeah, you guys are my little D&D fam. You are all together. The last time we all got together, you were with the wonderful Manshoon. Manshoon, the leader of the Black Network, or what we call the Zentium and Fantasy Grounds, but we are known as part of the Black Network, or Parish in my world. The Parish itself was a collection of two things. When we started this campaign, it was kind of like a smaller part of the larger entity where the Black Network had essentially become the front for the half of the world as part of their connection to a government entity known as the Parish. So the Parish has essentially moved him out of everything in Imperium lands. He has become a federation, mob boss, much to his chagrin, as that means he is less spread than other organizations like Xanther Guild, which seems to be dealing with everybody all the time. He had mentioned that he and Xanther have been known each other for many, many years. You get the feeling that Manshoon is older than he looks. A couple other things he noticed here is he already has talking to the stone, and he's given it to you, the Stone of Galore. He says there's an entity in it. He did kind of mention, I think someone made a roll last time, that there is a reason why he's asking you to go. Not just because he has things he wants to get there, but it'd be easier for you to attune to it than him, it seems like. Whatever reason that is. You know, there's a limit on attunement stats, and that's a universal. Unless you do things like have wishes or high-level mage. So it was something to the arcane of your group that it almost seemed like he didn't want to attune to it. So, that being said, he did let you know that, unfortunately, Xanther has been playing you guys for fools. You have been walking around the entire campaign since, like, episode 2 or 3, which was not on recording in this Twitch stream, but where you guys were investigating at low level the killing of, or a gang war that happened between Xanther and the Black Network, and take you to the dock ward. And while you're at the dock ward doing investigation, you walked into an oddities shop and talked to a crazy old man there who gave you lots of information about the gang wars. And they happened to sell lots of cool magic items and oddities. One of them, which he gave away free, was a stuffed plushie of Xanther, a purple one. And because, I love Gorbachev. He is so...
It was pretty.
He is so beautifully dumb. On recordings, you'll notice that I have mentioned that particular item a couple times. And he said, yes, I kept it with me at all times. It sits in my belt loop because it's pretty. And he wanted a purple plushie to walk around with him. But this purple plushie allowed them to use, to be heard and seen out of it. And it seems like he had been spying on you the whole time. And as you guys continued to talk about how you're never going to make a deal with essentially the devil, and, thank you for all the chips, but we'll just kind of, stay out of this, because he's asking you. He's saying, hey, guys, I know we're kind of looking for the same thing, and you have a lot of people chasing after you, and some of your enemies be my enemies, which was how you got to, Xanther's our friend. And he's like, nah. And one of the questions he asked you guys, are you sure you've never said anything bad about Xanther in the presence of this? And he shows you the scrying device and burns it so it doesn't cause any more problems. And I think it was somewhere to the halfway through that Elsie kind of realized, I did say some really shitty things.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Like right after I talked, I walked out the door and I said, "F that guy."
Nah. Yeah, immediate
we're going to double cross that guy right away. And everyone, including Gorbachev, is like, yeah.
I did not say that.
We walked out of the meeting and said, "So we're all betraying Xanthar, right?" And we all went, "Yes."
And you clearly said, "Fuck that guy, I've never liked
not.
him." That was kind of all he was waiting for. So yes, you and I know what you're doing, and you had a plan to eventually kind of, hey Xanthar, we're doing this for you, and maybe key him in with a little bit of information. But this didn't, it didn't quite get across, because that's table talk between the DM. That's not what your characters were doing. So he had to assume a lot of things, especially since he heard you guys tell you're gonna send this dude to them, but that dude never made it. The single guy you left to tell him, "Don't worry, we're gonna bring the stuff to you." He heard the whole thing, but that guy never made it to him. And a few other things that kind of just really dealt to the idea of he was definitely fucking you guys from the moment. I won't say the moment. I'll say relatively recently, he has also decided to fuck those guys.
Yeah.
The little one in particular. Yeah. So, Manshoon has sat here and said, I'm willing, because he is associated with some devilish powers. He looks like somebody who has made some deals with the planes of hell. And in this world, in the part of the Descent into Avernus campaign has come true. The equivalent of Balder Gates and Elturel have descended into the lower planes, and there is the demon waste, or the devil waste in the south, that is where you can actually interact with devils. So it's not unheard of. But he has decided that he wants to make a deal with you, arbitrated by the devils. And he had a devil there with a contract that he was going to keep both sides of the bargain, or suffer hell's wrath, just like you would. And all he wants is the contents of a wizard's body that's in the vault, and all the items on the body and in the vicinity around the body, because he may have had it on him and drop it. So essentially he wants things in like a 10-foot circle around him. If you're thinking metagame. He hasn't told you why. You're definitely sure he wants an ulterior reason, but he's willing to accompany you once you've found all the keys. And these are just the keys to open up the kind of outer vault. There is a second need that you have to communicate, you have to figure out yourself, to open up the inner vault doors. What he has understood is that the outer vault is something a mage, roughly 1,000 years ago or so, maybe a little less, had done something to add an additional gateway to this area. Or maybe, because he's not, Manshoon himself is not entirely sure, the vault was built after this was built. Inside this, there seems to be a vault in a vault, and from your search, inside another vault. But which part was built first? The one that Neverember hid all his gold? Or the one that you have to use this crazy magic item to get into? You're not entirely sure. He's not entirely sure. Now, that is his only thing. And there was a lot of stuff going back and forth of, no, we're never going to do this. Screw you guys, we're dealing it. Specifically from kind of the quasi-leader of your group. I don't know if she's the leader, but she's definitely the most vocal person in your group. Elsie has decided, and of course, a couple people have said no to this. They stepped out completely and said, we won't be involved in it. And they're the typical people. The cleric and the paladin have walked off to the side and said, we will not break our vows to make a deal with the devil. He understands that, even makes a rider and say that you are not to be involved unless you will put yourself in the way of retribution from people breaking the contract. Otherwise, you're not involved in it in any way. But you can participate in helping them and retrieving them and helping them. It's just only if you stop the retribution of people not fulfilling their side of the contract. But Elsie, I think, and keep me honest here, Elsie, what really did it was when you guys said there's nothing you can give you, because everyone was kind of wheeling and dealing, and I have to listen again to find exactly the individual things, but it was some magic items, and we were essentially giving you some of the treasure that you would normally get in this part of the campaign as part of this deal process. So some of it is free, some of it's not. So you got some magic items and some personal things you're going for, and Elsie wasn't going to do it. He says, there's no way you can help me. There's nothing you can do that I want. You're not going to get any closer to getting the people I want retribution on. So we offered you the location and setting up the 3 people that wronged you. Your arch nemesis. The people that killed your, I guess, kind of adopted grandfather. Almost ruined their shop, but almost ended up ruining yours. And has since, as you discovered, defected to the Imperium and is somehow a high-ranking member in the Imperium with his cronies. As he also stole your designs, and you're pretty sure, and now has been confirmed by Manshoon, that he's working with somebody who is one of the hidden lords of Riverton and has stolen your contract to finish the casting of the cannons. Which would have been like maybe the same value of the 500 to 1 million gold that you're looking for anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
so
she had her off limit when
You weren't going to let us have that.
Yeah.
I was again. If you had done a couple things just a little different, you would have had a chance to interact with Tigers and his groups in the council chamber. And it, as a good DM would be, because as you're right, Katana, I'm gonna fuck with you. I would have tried to fuck with you in front of the Lord, the Mass Lords, in front of L'Oreal Silverhand. Yeah.
Well, I blew up the statue instead and got the contract. that was a plot
you got the
twist.
contract, and you know that like other people wouldn't be able to figure it out, the kind of stuff, but he would. He may use an inferior design than yours, but they're gonna go boom.
Yeah. No, it's fair. And by the way, they just didn't wreck the shop. They murdered everybody.
Killed your family. Yeah, whole thing. It's the worst thing possible. Yeah.
Yeah, the second family, and then try to blame it on me.
Yeah. It pretty much you've spent many years, because they're all 3 of them except the half-orc who's dead. He was the 4th one. They're all long-lived races, so this was a big deal, and the chance to get a crack at them is a little overpowering. As a person who's kind of been motivated by the blinding rage against these 3 people, oh yeah. You promise? In blood? In writing? With a devil? Where do I sign? So, what he has offered you is the stuff we talked about last time. And
quick aside, I have that list, and I'll be home soon, and I can share it.
And I have the list. It's sitting currently in a project. I don't want to release the projects until I have them all kind of lined out. I might release them in different orders, because these ones are obviously much better. As they have the UI set up, and it's much easier to cut. But yes, we will talk about the exact. I think I've given you the items that you would have had. Each of your character has them already.
Yeah.
And you've done identifying some of the things you needed to identify on. And he would offer to identify things for you if you would like to do that. He has also offered you a place to stay. He said that this place, you will not be found inside here. Now, especially now that you got rid of that device that breaks would have maybe messed with some of his protections. But this tower is safe. There is a teleportation circle in the bottom. Nobody knows it but his people who work here. But he does tell you there is one there. So you are that wary of it or want to travel somewhere else, there's one down there. He offers you a place to stay. He offers those magic items, and for this deal, he offers you I don't think there's anything else except that Gorby will check later, but he does give you essentially, I'm going to give you the location of your targets. Because additionally, he flat out is honest about it. They're gunning for the same thing you are. You're going to run into them anyway, but I can set them up for you.
Yeah. And he turned me down for the offer of the peace, right?
No.
No, the piece is on the table.
Yeah, the piece on the table, but there's no contract. Right. There's no contract in blood in that one. The contract in blood is something material that he needs. So you've intuited this from last time. Excuse me.
Okay, so the contract is only for the hand and the eye, and the other stuff is just not contract?
Yeah, the other stuff is he's giving us mundane items as a bonus if we also kill Xanthar. And he's given us all the stuff up front that's like mundane. And basically, if we don't follow through on that, we got to give it back.
But it's not mundane. It's magic items, but it's not the super, super rare stuff.
Yeah, but it's not the vial of Elor's blood. We get that when the task is finished.
But the location of those dudes is that part of the contract or not?
Yeah, well, yes. He's essentially offering to do a sending or a message when, hey, they're gonna be here at this fucking time, and let's do a little metagame here because we're all seasoned D&D players here. Yeah, to meet up with the people you met literally in the first campaign that started this whole thing off and fucked it off is gonna be a big battle. But yeah, I'm telegraphing you have a big battle coming up in the near future against these three people. You're welcome to do all kinds of D&D stuff to help it out, and you're gonna have to do that anyway because he also gave you the location. Because the way he says this is, there is an outer contraption that requires 4 pieces. You have 2 of them, 3 of them, 2 of them. Excuse me. You have the stone. You have the handle. He tells you about a ring and a crown. That's 4 pieces, right?
Yeah, Xanthar and the pirate.
Yep. He says the other 2 pieces, the crown is... Give me a second, I'll check my notes. One is at the Xanthar, one is at Jeraxel. He tells you a kind of, not a secret way in, but a less known way in, kind of secret to Xanthar's place that you could use. But he's honest. So Xanthar's gonna kill you now. You came over to me, and you have just been told that, and rightly so, he's been watching you. So he's always willing to make a deal. Maybe he can do something, but yeah, he may be an old beholder, but he's a beholder. So unless you guys know about beholders, you might want to research, and this is, I had told you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hold that thought, because that's something that was on top of my thought. So once we get this conversation off, that's gonna be a conversation with Vadra, and that's gonna be a conversation for some other folks here too. So yes, that's on my list. Everything about beholders, and this one in particular.
I mentioned when we first started this campaign, there was a point in this campaign where you be multiple points actually, some of which you skipped over, that you will be able to be in a heist scenario. This is a heist first part of the campaign. You already had one of them. One of them was a mission out into the Blight or the Wastelands where they have the spell plague, and to go look for the Book of Vile Darkness for Mortimer of Roanoke, collector of weird items.
Yeah.
And essentially these 2 locations, you can do anything you want. There's no timetable on it. There are things that are going to happen in a certain amount of time. Remember, you are getting close to the new year. And I don't have the name of the Freyroon things here. And I'm sorry, Chris Perkins and all the people, Ed Greenwood and all the people that wrote that stuff, but I'm not saying those fucking names. It's ridiculous. It's December time equivalent. You're approaching New Year. The New Year is a celebration. The day before the cataclysm of the Blight happened. everyone, we celebrate the day before the blight happened, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen around that time. It seems to be cyclical. So there's parades and stuff coming up and celebrating the winter just before the winter gets real deep and hard in January. But things like that are coming up. It is surprisingly. We haven't a new day yet, so wait till the new day comes. We'll do it. We have to do your weather checks. But how you achieve this, how you go about doing it, the research, and you have other things I've given you clues on, you know nothing about, is entirely up to you. The only stipulations are, you are currently wanted by the authorities, because of Gorbachevy's murder, or attempted murder.
Yeah, he's all right. He lived.
Yeah. You are also apparently being hunted by the Imperium for questions about something that happened with a Dawn Shield.
What's that?
Nobody knows. You guys weren't there, right? So,
What's a Dawn Shield?
Yeah, did you see me?
Yeah, but that limits, not horribly, because there are places you can hide, but there's places you need to be able to rest. And so you can take as long as you want. You can hide, you can do certain things. Think of this as a wanted level of 1. You know?
Yeah, so we're not going back to the bar.
You can, but people will be watching the bar. It's safe to assume that. You can make that check with even your wisdom. So what that means, though, for you guys is, if you do things that would raise suspicion and make people make a check, and there will be a D20 or D100 check for, hey, does this random person recognize you? Right? I'm going to say... All right, let's say 15%. So just as a test, somebody roll D100. Don't roll 15 or lower.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to say in the upper 10%, good things happen. So as you're level 1, 10, 15%, if you get below that, people start noticing you. As you do things that would make you more vocal, it's not just a passing in the street, or, you know, if Gorbachev stood in something and said, hey, I'm looking for this person, that would, you know, stimulate people. That check may get a little harder, and it'll happen behind the scenes where you don't see it. Or I'll make you roll it, and you just have to know, you don't know, you'll think it's 10%, and it's not, because you did something stupid. So those are the kind of checks I'm going to be making. But how you want to achieve this, there's no timetable. But you currently have Manshoon, head of the Black Network, that does not want the... And let me pause here. In the book that Chris Perkin wrote, it is 500,000 gold pieces. I'm thinking of making it 1 million, because technically I have 6 players and 1 NPC. And I hope that we get our other player back, but I may be including some other players in the future. So that roughly is 100,000 a person-ish.
Wait, for what again? I'm sorry, I missed that. Hit again?
I'm
The stash.
The stat, and as is written in the book, it is they're offering you $5,000 5,000 gold for recovering these things, and you've already been given that offer from Vajra. Vajra's offered you 10% of it, right? $5,000. You got that right? Yes. So
$50,000.
Say again.
50 is 10% of 500, right?
It's 1%. Yeah, sorry, 1%. I offered you 1%.
She offered us
So-
1%? That bitch.
Yeah, but 5,000 gold for. Remember, this adventure is for people up to 5th level. So a party of 4 at 5th level, 1,200 gold is pretty good. So it's actually really good.
Are you saying we couldn't complete the 5th level adventure?
No, you're higher level. So it's going to be
around?
Gorby, you need platinum, emerald, and gold for your axe.
So it is still 1%, but the gold is 1 million.
Yeah.
So it is 10,000 that everyone's offering you, because of your level, because of the size of your party.
Except for Manshoon, he said we could have the goal, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't want. He is. So what you have now is right now Vajra, which is essentially the city, because you had an opportunity to meet the Lord's Alliance and do this through L'Oreal Silverhand and other people that who were already in the books, but you went this way. So Vajra, representing part of Force Grade, or you are technically kind of like the CIA in the city, the city-state. You are, or she offered you 1% or $10,000, 10,000 gold pieces to find the treasure, the 1 million gold dragons. Now, Xanthar has offered you that plus the stuff you want for your backstories, the stuff for the red eyes, the stuff for everyone, right? But even without the Manshoon meeting, if you had just discovered he'd been watching you the whole time, you might question his allegiances and how much he would be willing to give you, right?
Yeah, I got one quick question.
Sure.
So Manshoon is still only offering us 1%. I thought his whole shtick was just the body and
no. Manshoon doesn't give a shit about the gold. He's you can take whatever you want with the gold.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't care. Yeah. I'm sure there's other people who want things, but those are the three people you know of right now. Manshoon, who is does not want the gold. He wants something else that's more valuable to the gold, which again makes you wonder, because a guy who's struggling to keep his Thieves Guild alive, that was once world-reaching and is now only half the world, this does not seem to be concerned with the 1 million gold dragons, which would help anybody. But which also doesn't make you feel warm and fuzzy either. Like, what is it? Why don't we have that?
Can't count to 1 million.
Obviously, it's worth more than 1 million. Like, that's a lot. So, and to the equivalent is like 1 billion to us. There's 1 billion gold in there. So it's an astronomical amount of money to anybody. And Xanthar and L'Oreal, or the city through Vajra, is also the same. So those are the people vying for things right now. Who has the stone?
Helmsman.
We'll have to wait for him to log in then for this.
Yeah, I didn't have a spot.
And
no,
while we wait, so and am I the one echoing? Is that me?
I don't know.
I hope. But
I'll check.
Regarding the actual deal, is it all fucky?
Hello?
Okay, I think I'm here.
Oh, sorry. I'm on mute. I'm on mute by accident. Questions, concerns?
Yeah. The actual deal. What are we gonna actually get, like, upon moment of signing? So, from what I understand, like, the very important things that we need, those are being included in the blood pact. So, like, my vial of Fey blood and everything like that. So since that's included in the blood pact, will we get it right away?
No, the big stuff that required you to go through with it, but the weapons and...
So I'm pretty sure last session we said, like, the actual, because the thing is, like, if we can't renege on the deal or the demons come for us.
Devils, but yes.
Like, the important stuff he would give us after killing Xanthar, so that we would actually have it for going down. So, like, I could, in theory, fix up my axe proper before we go down into the depths. We kill Xanthar first, and then I go find a maiden.
I believe that's what it is. So yeah, again, I'll have to check that for the purposes of this session, it's not important.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you have magic items that you got last session that were rewards, and they were equivalent to what you should have gotten to this point.
If we ever if we ever sticked around to loot bodies.
Again, there's something you guys walk by once, like, motherfuckers, I'm not giving it to you. Like, you've walked past like thousands upon thousands of gold.
I didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, she rode past it.
Whatevs. Hey guys, I built this cool dungeon. We skipped the dungeon. Oh, okay. I built another cool dungeon you can't skip. We decided we're not doing anything like that. We're going this way. Oh, okay.
You gotta put a sign. Dungeon.
Hey, I made
way.
another dungeon with a sign. We don't like signs.
Yeah, that sign seems awful fucking suspicious.
You know, we can't
Yeah,
go in. There's a
doesn't-
sign in the door. He's trying to kill us.
Yeah. Don't believe the sign. It's a trick.
Yeah, definitely a trick. Going the other way.
Never ends. Alright, so, anything before you go to bed?
We
Setting
can have a little-
watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're staying with Manshoon tonight, right?
He's not staying here. I'm not staying here. I'm leaving.
Okay,
You
then
can
watch
contact
it.
me. Yeah, you can contact me when you guys have found these 2 items, and I will join you at the key gate, and we will go into the vault together.
And when we kill Xanthar, come find us. Give us some things.
If you kill Xanthar before you do this, he seems surprised by that. Yeah, I'll give you all the things you asked for. We'll have the deal with the red eyes, everything. But
Yeah, we're not
he goes,
doing that.
He goes, how's this? If you kill Xanthar before we go into the vault, I'll give you a bonus. I haven't figured it out yet because I think it's outlandish. But
Yeah, no, that's a TPK. So we're gonna. I was gonna chime in. It's like, yeah, we'll think about that one.
yeah, just
gotta
a little
quiet the story
metagame.
down.
This little metagame here. I need you like 9, otherwise Disintegrate's gonna kill you guys.
Yeah, we'll be dead in
Like,
Nah,
I'm
me-
gonna wipe out the mage in one shot. Let's not do that.
no coming back for that katana.
No, it's just why would you aim for the mage? You mean the artillery? Yeah. You don't aim Disintegrate at the warrior. You aim it at the squishy people.
That's why I picked what I did tonight.
Yeah. People
gotta
with
go
low
back.
constitution saves.
You gotta go back to goddamn Jeremiah again, get more slippery oil. Got naked for nothing. Don't
But
get to
just-
fight the
Oh yeah,
whole
you guys can. So I think I even gave you a little gold, didn't I?
I don't know about the gold. Did you?
No, you gave us a bunch of potions.
That's a party sheet. Party inventory. Let's see. What did I give you?
Oh, that's right. You gave us 2 potions of greater healing, potion of flying. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's still in here.
Yeah, Ogre's Gauntlet Power, Greater Healing, and I'll be nice. Because it's not a lot of money for 6 people. Oopsie.
2,000. We gotta go shopping. We also we need to get out of here. Number 1, number 2. We gotta go hide out, and we need to go shopping. And I need to talk to Maury.
So
You do need to sleep because you're gonna get exhausted. I think one of you is close to exhaustion. If I'm not mistaken.
definitely Katana. And we can sleep, but I'll turn
Hold
to
on,
Alex.
pause. Does your character Gorbachev actually say? Let me just scroll this over so the people in the stream can see it. Special moves, seductive. Special move, seductive skipping, special defense, rock hard abs. Is that really what you put in there?
Yeah, I put that in on day 1.
For some reason, I just noticed that.
Yeah, the seductive skipping hasn't come out yet. I learned that in the Feywild. It's when I need the blessing of the Fey Maiden, it's gonna come out.
All right, continue on.
They have very interesting courting traditions.
All right.
And the abs are just born that way, baby.
Born that way. All right. So I gave you a little extra gold. It's actually not a lot, but between 7 people.
Who wants to divvy it up? So what is it each? So
Let's go get
2,000.
the calculator. I want to hear more about any more questions before Manshoon before he leaves.
Yeah, I want to. Now that I got the Sentinel Shield, I want to look him up and down a little bit better and do him a once over.
333 gold each.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the Sentinel Shield require you to attune?
Oh, that's true. I haven't attuned to it yet, right? So
Yeah, no.
Never.
Nothing's been attuned yet. He's not stupid.
I took my gold.
He not dumb. And I'll say you promised me like the vial of the Fey Lord's blood, which is great. How would you recommend getting like back to the Feywilds? And that's not really the problem. The problem is once I go there, how do I get back?
Well, there are spells, gates, planar shift that can get you there and back. He looks over at the cleric and the wizards. Like, one of these two people can kind of looking at the hairless dwarf and the weirdly androgynous woman. They've high enough spells. They can warp you in and warp you out.
Okay. And I think I already asked him about. I asked him a little bit about the Lich. Already. So I think I'm out of questions.
All right.
How do we get back in touch with you?
You can message me.
How?
Sending.
Yeah, or message. Or paper bird.
Bird.
You can look for Devil Worshipper and ask them to reach out to me. You find an imp.
When's the last time you spoke to Uxul Thush? Oh, what's his name? I can't say it.
Usul, yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time you spoke with him?
Just the other day. Thank you for not killing him.
Is he sore?
He's a little scared of you all, but otherwise, let's just say we had a long talk.
Okay.
Oh,
What
and
you got?
actually, I have one final question.
Sure.
Do you have any idea how the Vagrant is supposed to play into all of this? He kind of just seems like an asshole.
I asked him. Sorry, go ahead.
You see his actual eyes roll up. He was kind of, you get to the point where someone's like, all right, so we're done with the meeting, right? And he's kind of like picking his keys up and he's like walking towards the door, He's already let the kid up. The kid's up free now, The people kind of shuffled and you're like, hey, just one more thing. He's like, oh. And he actually leans against the wall, face palm, and goes, how do you know the Vagrant? I hate that guy.
What did he do to you?
Ooh, I have a question.
He goes, hold on. He walks over to a cabinet. He opens the cabinet. And in the cabinet, there are 3 wooden dicks.
Dicks?
Dicks.
Like
Penises.
And it says, the Vagrant, across the shaft.
God.
I once had a brief meeting when we first came into town, and all he would do was talk about the vampire that rules in the air temple in the Blight. Lord Patrick Screwitt. All he did was ask questions about him the whole time. And when I said something sniffy about him, he called me a dick. And I said he was a child and he has no hope of ever making success in this town. So now every so often, I receive a dick. So, that is my extent of knowledge about him. What do you know about the Vagrant?
He just keeps popping up when he's not invited.
Pun intended?
Yeah.
Well, he reaches aside, he grabs 2 statues, he walks over to you, and he hands them to you, Gorbachev. He goes, "Here. Now you have a piece of him." And Elsie, you kind of spoke up and giggled a second. You went, "And, little one, did you have a question?"
I did. What can you tell us about? I have one other person that you may want to have a little more information on. What can you tell us about Morticia the Searcher?
Morticia the Searcher. I will say she's more informed than almost anyone I know. And there's no reason a homeless little goblin gnome halfling thing should know more in my town than me. Or Xanther.
Any objections to me killing her?
Please don't kill her.
I want the
Please
information.
don't kill her.
She stole my axe.
Did you... But the axe you have now?
Yeah, I got a bag.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
He wants to kill her because she took his axe and it's disrespectful to do that.
And she called me names. She insulted my intelligence.
Right. And who would ever want to do that? You know what? Give her one of those statues. She'll take it as a joke and be upset.
Okay.
You will offend her greatly. He leans down to you. Can you make sure this ends this conversation soon about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Will you
but-
teach me about teleportation circles?
Is it spell you know? Is it current level or a higher level than you? Teleportation
It's
circle.
a higher level, I believe. Let me double check.
I think you were gonna look at it, and yes, I think it's just a scroll. He would give you a scroll. I think we talked about it last time.
Teleportation circles level 5. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, you would. I think that's not too expensive. So and offline, I'll check it for you. But
Alright.
yeah, you can get a scroll teleportation.
Nice.
I had assumed you'd ask for some spells, so I had accounted for that in my calculations, because that's what wizards want. Everyone else gets, I got 1,000 this, I got 1,000 that. I need 3 pieces of paper, please.
Paper.
and then I need 500 gold so I can burn it to dust and put it in my book.
Yeah. I think I have paper.
Yeah. So yes, he'll give you that. So he says, no, please don't kill her. She is an informant of mine, and everyone kind of gives her more respect than she's deserving to.
Well, that's my question. Where's your loyalties lie?
Let's just say I've invested a lot of divinations, and I have no idea. But her information is always correct.
Okay. It's good to know.
All I know is the only person I've ever seen her surround herself with, and I wish Helmsen was here. He describes the person that set him up in the beginning of the, because you asked about loyalties.
Yeah.
The original person that set him up, that walked into his store and started this whole thing off. That is the only person she meets with regularly that they have no idea who he is.
Good to know.
That's a good question.
He wears the regalia or some symbol of the traveler.
The traveler.
I bet I know what he does.
Yeah, we got traveler worshippers in our gang, don't we?
So remember that we're gonna circle back, that rewind that for Helms when he logs on. He's gonna. I was hoping he could hear by him, but that's actually what that is.
Okay. Up here. Okay.
All right, and my final thing worth asking is, we heard about a big old giant shark. We got asked to go and take care of it. How big is the shark? Do you know anything about the shark? Are there unseen dangers underwater?
He kind of giggles at this. He goes, "There's a. Well, if you believe the reports from Ravensburg, there's Warforged Titans running around the bay. But there's a
You say
city of
Warforged?
There's a city of Triton that live down there. I'm sure there's a giant shark. Someone said there's a dragon turtle or a bronze dragon down there as well. All kinds of things that live down there. Undead cities. Just yes,
dragon
there's bad
turtle?
things in the water.
We need that. We need that.
close-
Where is that?
Oh, hold on.
That's
we are
important.
close. Yeah, hold on. We are close to the site of the water temple that was used in the ritual to kill the god. And yes, they blew up the water temple. That's what our fort is on now. But there's a lot of strange water creatures around us. Our waters are known to be treacherous. Hence the mile-wide river and hundreds of foot tall waterfall. What else you got? Oh, that's so good. I gotta run. Look at the time.
We'll be in touch.
I'm sure we will. He says, again, if you kill
How are you
Xanther
gonna touch
first, if you kill Xanther first, some sort of bonus that your DM will figure out shortly. Because that would be impressive if you did it before 10th or 11th level. Yeah, I'd be impressed. You theoretically could do it. There are ways.
We'll have to think that one through a little bit. But we do have to go get some stuff. So do we figure out, so who's got the ring, who's got the crown?
The ring
Who's
is with
got the
Xanthar, the
bags of
crown's with
holding,
fire.
too? Who's got the ring? Who's got no? So I need to know who's got the bag of holding. Who's got the? Only thing you have right now is the rod. Someone has to attune to the stone, and I'm gonna say
We picked Helmsman because he's got a high wisdom.
I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the bat man.
You guys don't
Got the
want
bag
me
as well,
to
I think.
do it? I can do two.
I will
So
say.
Alec, I think
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Alec, we wanted it to be Helmsman because he has a really high wisdom. In case it tries to Vecna him.
I can be wise.
I can be wise.
Yeah, I can be wise too. It just doesn't happen as often as I would like.
We experiences taught us the different.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah. How many traps have you sprung the last 2 episodes?
How many
I
did
never
sprint?
walk first.
I don't recall.
Ugh, sorry. I let my doggy in. Come here, bud. Come here, Juju. All right. So
All right, we gotta go. So I need to talk to Morty.
you
Obviously,
need to sleep. If you want to
I
talk
need to
before,
talk-
use any
I wanna
spells
talk-
before you sleep. Sendings and all those things have to happen within the rules.
yeah. No, I'm gonna use the sending stone that Maury got me. I'm gonna go off to the corner and go talk to Maury. I'll
It
wait till
still
you
is
guys get
only
back.
once. Did we say it was 1 or 2 sendings a day?
Yeah, but I haven't used it at all yet. When we talked to him
Okay,
earlier,
check.
he gave it to us.
Yep, just checking.
Yep. I don't really feel the need to talk to Vadra because fuck her at this point. She hasn't done us any favors.
No, she did you favors until you
We are
started
fugitives.
murdering people in the streets.
Oh, we did her favors too.
She did not help you when you after murder people in the streets. But
And technically, Corby murdered people. We didn't.
We're pretty associated with
Murder by association.
Yeah, that's a
We
little
did-
bit of red tape that no one's gonna really care about.
Yeah. Well, we did.
And
just.
you didn't turn me in. And I was broken out of a paddy wagon mysteriously. And you are all my friends.
Yeah. We may have
Who are not
destroyed a lot of
accounted for.
property.
Yeah, it's just there's some shit, right? It's not insurmountable. You got 1 star on your crime stat.
I also started shit last episode too. With the common people.
Yeah, you did. You gotta sleep.
I'm gonna sleep and.
Remember,
if I wanna
you tried the Inception people with like a 14 or 15, which is not horrible, but it won't have the immediate effect. But you are trying to say that the improve the word of mouth of the Floridians, and they're the only ones that can help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I didn't forget.
Yeah. And we're also gonna start spreading rumors about Xanthar. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. Was that also it? Did you say Xanthar as well in that first original rumor?
No, we didn't say the original rumor. That was just only about us being the only ones who can handle the Imperium.
Yeah.
And that they were everywhere.
Yeah. That is gonna have. That was a very specific thing you said, which have a very decent effect because people are scared of war. So.
I'm gonna Homelander this shit. Let's go.
Yeah, because that's ending well.
We're gonna burn anyway. So that's the difference.
Yeah, whatever. Details. All right. So what else we got?
All right.
Who's going to bed? Who's doing watch? What's up?
All right. Who wants to go first?
I can watch. I
I need to
first.
tune the shields. Yeah. I need to tune
I'm
and
still
then.
covered in oil.
All right. So, I don't know if we're gonna get. So
gotta get outta
because
here.
he's not here, I'm sorry. Someone else is gonna have to attune to this weapon, this thing. This is a chance of failure and repercussions. I can't just do it to as an NPC.
Alex, this is your moment. You said you could be wise.
What's your wisdom?
It is
Where's my book? Where's my book?
+1.
Oh, you're
Plus
gonna be
one.
great.
You're not doing it. I got advantage on saves on wisdom and intelligence and charisma. So.
Oh, it's the person I wanted to do it, so it's okay.
Yeah. I just gotta drop something. So hang
I've
on,
always
here.
wanted you to be the one to try to tune to this thing, dear Nimbus.
I would love to do it, but they don't want me to because they're wisdomist. Wisdomist? Yeah.
Is that how you going with that one? That's your best chat? Wisdomist?
Yeah, that's, I hang out with a bunch of wisdomists. Apparently +1's not good enough for them, so.
Oh, your generation always trying to label shit weird.
Yeah, wisdom.
If it's any consolation,
Our
I don't know what
generation
wisdom
playing the
is.
victim.
Say it again, Brian.
If it's any consolation, I don't know what that means. Words are hard enough. You can't just go around making shit up and expect Gorby to understand.
Rory doesn't understand anything anyway.
Where is...
Oh, now who's being wisdomist?
Where is that item? Hold on, please.
I'm being
Elzu's got it now, right?
No, I gotta find out what... I gotta look at the... What does it do when you touch it thing?
That's what she said.
So I'm gonna
I
drop my.
walked into that. It's my fault.
Yeah, I have to drop my attunement to. What do I gotta drop? Hang on. What am I attuned to? Fuck, because I want to retune to the. I'm gonna have to spend some time in the morning to reattune after I get done with this conversation.
There it is.
Fuck.
Hold on.
Okay.
It is... Ooh. So what are you losing and what are you gaining? Well, what are you losing to do this?
I'm going to have to drop my attunement to my all-purpose tool. Because I'm sure as shit not going to do my arcane bonus or my handgun or the wound closure. So I'll drop the all-purpose tool for the time being.
You give me the shiny rock.
No, Elsie takes it. But I want to talk to Maury. So.
All right.
Quick. So I won't use the stone. I'll just write that. It's just to save time for this conversation. I'm not gonna make you go talk to Maury. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write all this stuff down in a paper bird and tell the Maury fucked up. Understood the complications with Xanthar, and I'm sorry.
Trying to get that down to 25 words is going to be hard.
Yeah.
So yes, explaining things that a paper bird's easier.
Just yeah. So okay. So this way, I'll do the sending, but we don't have to go through the whole conversation. I was basically, and we could talk about it later. I don't want to tie everybody else on this conversation, but I would tell them, look, sorry, I really fucked up, especially with Xanthar. Beware, he's going to kill us all, including probably you guys. So watch out. Also had made a terrible deal with Manshoon.
Yeah. Okay.
And get
that's probably all you can get with that sending. So he comes back. I gotta do counting. Thanks for the warning. Will go to ground. Stay away from the drips. As that now explains some things happening. Stay safe. I'll send again later.
Okay.
Woo!
Boom. Okay.
So, this is what the Stone of Galore looks like. I don't know why there's two of them, but that's fine. Pictures. For some reason, it doesn't show me a picture. That's awesome. There it is. That's what it looks like.
How big would you say? Is it palm size?
Amulet size.
Okay.
It looks bigger in your hands.
Yeah, I'm sure
it's like silver dollar.
Yeah. I am literally I am 3'2".
Nobody appreciated that.
It's a silver dollar.
I did.
I thought that was going to be a ringer.
That's what she said.
Bunch.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at my thing now. I'm joining.
I gotta
They have updated the fuck out of this thing. Okay.
So I add that to inventory.
If it's gonna make me reload all the modules again, I'm gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah, it might be in Helmsman's inventory.
Oh no, I'm just getting music set and changing. So you begin this process. You guys are all kind of doing your thing, and again, I'm dragging my feet a little bit to see if Helmsman makes it, but I understand he is
Yeah.
doing good things as being a good parent.
Father.
Unlike me. Yes. Father away. So, here's
Father
the Stone
no.
of Glory. It's glossy and greenish gray. It fits in the palm of your hand. For you, it's gonna be a little larger, but it when you touch it, it's not cold, it's not hot, but it definitely it kind of oscillates between that feeling as well as feeling slimy all at the same time. It is stone, but those little like indentations on it kind of look like eyes.
Can I cast Identify on it with a ritual spell?
You can.
Yeah.
You go off to the side. They're actually you're able to kind of find an area that is set up for identifying, make it easier for you. So it takes a little less time, but you do get it. You take this odd stone. Let me make sure he doesn't have it on him. Inventory. Nope. I think it's in player inventory.
Is it party sheet?
No,
No.
you hadn't picked it up yet. No one had picked it up yet. That's why I haven't given it to you yet.
Okay.
You were talking about doing it. No one had picked it up yet.
Well, I signed for it, so I'll pick it up.
All right. So, as soon as you pick it up, go ahead and make a wisdom save. No, I'm just kidding. I know you just picked up to take it over to identify it, right?
Yeah.
You do get it instantly feels magical. It instantly feels something. But you don't need to identify it or detect magic to feel that. It wasn't for the creepy indentations that look like eyes. And the more you kind of look at it, especially during the ritual, you get again they're stones, but they certainly look like they're staring at you, like following you around as you do your work around the ritual. So what is this? I don't have artifacts benefit properties. There you go. There we go. All right. Are you going to begin the tuning process?
Yeah, I mean, the Identify just tells me it's magical. Anything it tells me advance before I attune?
I want to make sure we put this in here. There's certain things I've realized that Identify does not tell you.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
So let's look at Identify for everybody. Choose an object, casting the spell. You learn its properties of its magic item, how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether... Yeah, he is not going to join us tonight, so it's perfect. He got called into work, that talisman.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy.
He's had a shit year.
Yeah. You learn its properties, show how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature through the casting, you learn what the spell, if any, currently affecting it. Okay.
Okay.
So, it is a combination of spells. It does have charges. It is magical. It is an artifact.
What?
It does have intelligence. It does have, it was used, and I don't know because I'm not a great DM, how many things are used in great artifacts, but like legend lore are used, persistence, huge spells are cast on it, and then over time, over days. So a lot of things are cast to make this sort of thing. It does have a sentience in it. You have to attune to it to figure it out. It does require attunement. There is another spell on it. And it's a weird spell. It's a spell that's... you don't know. It doesn't identify right.
So it's beyond me.
It's beyond the knowledge. You would require other people to do it. You have an idea. This just simply that it is maybe the spell you see on top of it is what makes it into this other item. Like the other item was not what this was originally intended for. It wasn't intended to attach the stuff. It is now. So that's your only kind of guess about it. You'd have to do some outside research with other people who are more knowledgeable than you to figure this out.
Gotcha.
Katana, and if you grant Katana to help you, maybe you can get some extra stuff depending on how he rolls. But this requires like a significant Arcana checks from you two.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to help me?
Hell yeah.
Who's got the higher Arcana? Or you your choice.
I've got +8 on Arcana.
I think
What you got?
I'm at like a +9. I'm +7. We got a +15 on that.
So much like you guys have worked before, as he's working with you in your shop.
Yeah.
He's been a great assistant. You guys are in there kind of looking at this. Go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage. Damn. So 26 is gonna give you some stuff.
All right. Good job, Katana.
Hell yeah. Hey, you rolled. That's that teamwork.
We're high-fiving right now.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of the days in the shop.
Hold on a second, everyone. This is important. So let me do it this way. You go here. Do this way. Just do you? Yeah, I can. Be right back, guys. Katana.
Oh my. Oh me.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
This is up to you to tell or not.
Okay.
Whilst doing this study, the magic that is intertwined here is very reminiscent of Reed Rivers, your ultimate mentor.
Oh my.
Let's go back. I'll drag you back. All right. So, as you guys are studying this, that you do realize that this was designed to help find the vault where all the gold is stored. But it has been co-opted or added to or created as part of this other item. So the magic you're seeing on top of it is not the magic used to create it. There's an additional enchantment that is used to create other things. You do have one of those other items here. You have not tried to attach it and see what happens. Nor have you fully attuned to it yet. So you don't know that either. You're with that number, you should probably attune to the stone first.
Yeah.
But there is an additional layer of much higher level magic that is creating this whatever these items turn into, which you now know is some form of hilt.
Hmm. So you hear a little mwah.
I believe I'm detecting something.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Mad Mage, Reed Rivers?
I don't think I have.
This reminds me exactly of the types of workings he had.
Yeah, I'm from
Develop.
Barovia. I can fucking roll for that.
You can.
Give it to
Holy shit. Yeah. He's one of the heroes of Barovia.
I know Reed Rivers. He was with a group of guys. He
looked
watched my
dead.
mother have sex once.
He did, creepily.
He
He smiled at the whole thing.
I
Yeah,
heard
He was-
I heard differently. I heard that's not how it happened, but you know.
he
My
technically
mom
was
was
there for
there.
your conception.
Yeah, he witnessed. Actually, he's my godfather.
Oh, that's right.
He sat there and watched the whole thing.
Whatever happened to
Disturbing.
him?
So disturbing.
Whatever happened to Reed?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Patrick got raped right in front of him.
Who asked this question and why?
No, it just says that the magic that kind of binds this together has the scent or feeling of Reed Rivers. Katana says, without any context.
All right. Time to pony up. Says, I got this. And she'll start tuning to it. She's like, watch me. She's
All
like,
right.
she looks at you guys like, if I start going wonky, knock me out.
Oh, I love these. Did it say you got to know? Hold on. Where did the spell go? Spell. Identify. 1 second. Gimme.
I don't think it's gonna tell me if it's cursed or not, though, right?
It does not tell you. That's one of the things I researched over the past week. You
It
do
won't
have
tell
actually.
you.
There actually is no way to tell if something is cursed.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Because what fun's that?
What fun would that be, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what could go wrong? I'm just a fireball throwing 3-foot little murder machine.
All right. So yeah, it doesn't tell you what kind of charges it has. So
Get this thing going.
At surprising nobody, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Awesome. Is it against magic?
Hold on, please.
I got. Got 2 flash of geniuses left.
What does that do?
Gives me an extra +5 on my saves or my attack throws.
On your hand. Does it say here?
So actually, let me take that back. To go back, I'm going to cast guidance on myself and then attune to the stone.
That is fine.
Okay.
You'll be casting guidance the entire hour for all intents and purposes, but I'll give it to you.
Fuck me. Okay.
I actually know that's how that works, so we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. So I just think the first time originally, I just initially
It's
cast
an hour
guidance.
tune. So I'm checking to make sure, like, you know what? Because of how this reads to me, I'm gonna say yes. It is a magic effect because
Alright,
there
let
is
me
a
check.
failure to this.
Okay. So gnome cunning, which means I get advantage.
And I would assume also just on your backstory, having to walk through the blight and all the other things you went through, yes, you would be able to use your safety. You would get the advantage on this throw. Yes.
Okay. Wish me luck. 16.
The
and I'll add
DC
my-
was 16. On a fail save, you would have lost all memory of the stone being in your possession and all knowledge imparted by it. And a remove curse only has 20% of restoring that knowledge to you.
Awesome.
Better.
So, you make the save. I just watched this, so it's a good analogy for it. You know, in Ultron, Age of Ultron, that moment where he comes alive and it's a black screen, and then he just his brain just comes out, starts looking at things. You are kind of thinking, trying to figure this out. Your feeling is tuning. As you are really understanding and feeling the magic of it, like a foul miasma of grease and fetid smells and gooey feelings wraps around your body and consciousness. Outwardly, nothing happens, but to you, you're in it entirely covers your vision and your consciousness in this oily black thing, and this voice kind of talks to you. And it's eerie, and it's like slithering in your ear, and it's like, hi.
Hello there.
I am Galore.
Hello there.
You are apparently my new master.
Oh, you poor thing.
You have no idea. Let's see. So this can communicate telepathically with the creature that is attuned to it. It does speak your language. Okay. So it has okay. I gotta roleplay this. Yay, DM.
So
He says,
so,
No. Before you say anything else, I am Galore. Tell me of the city and world I am in now.
you are in Waterdeep. And
Riverton.
Riverton.
But yes, we'll take that.
And I forgot the terms myself. This is after the blight, right?
Yep, after the blight.
So X number of years past the blight.
War of the Gods is the time frame.
Yeah. So it's the time of darkness.
Ooh, time of darkness. Do you mention the War of the Gods?
Sure.
Oh, tell me, who's winning?
Definitely not us. It's hard to say right now. The Imperium's on the rise.
Ooh, the Imperium. That's new. Tell me more of the Imperium. They were a sect last time I was around.
They're a sect?
1,000 years ago.
When's the last time you've talked to anybody?
I've talked to a couple people recently, but before that, he gives the year. It's right after the sunburn.
We've had to go through a lot.
He goes, right after the death of Mistra, I was grabbed and owned by a wizard.
What wizard?
Yeah, what wizard? Do you remember who?
He's a lich.
You have to be a little more specific. There's lots
So
of.
I guess you don't know his name. Or are you too scared to say his name?
You don't actually. None of you can hear the words.
You can't hear anything. It's just me.
No. So far as you're concerned, he is sitting there staring at it, and at one point, he just kind of stopped moving. He's not like frozen. Every now and then, he kind of tilts his head and just kind of gets in a more comfortable position, but he hasn't said she hasn't said a damn word.
Like, I guess we have a lot to talk about.
We do. We do. So, this Imperium. Tell me more about them. They sound like the bad guys. And their Imperium sounds very orderly. Kind of nice.
Well, tit for tat, quid pro quo. We have business as well. So, obviously, we need to talk about the vault. And then I have lots of other questions for you as well, and I'm sure you have questions for us. So,
Ooh, I
where
like
should we
this.
begin?
What do you want to know about the vault?
Well, where is it? And what can you tell us about the keys? We know we have 4 keys that we have to give. We have 2 of them, and we need the ring and the crown.
So first thing he says, oh, hold on, gotta find that page. No, I fell out my little tag. Damn it. There it is. So he just says, the vault door requires 3 keys. I'm sorry, the Vault of Dragons that Lord Neverember requires me to watch is behind an adamantium door, a huge adamantium door, that when you bring the 3 keys within range, it will magically open.
We've been told there's 4. So 3 keys.
And actually, you feel I need you to make a secondary wisdom save?
Okay. Advantage again, or normal?
Nope. Okay. It's like you heard a really loud noise. It was almost painful.
Okay.
But he doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, get out of my head.
No, this is telepathically. It just...
Oh.
It's almost like a glitch.
Oh, okay. So
There's 3 keys. What I will have to do is... hold on. I gotta write this shit down. Where's my page? This is important.
So he's telling me
You're
3
gonna,
keys,
you're
right?
gonna roll these randomly, and I gotta make sure you roll them correct. So, hold on.
Okay.
Vault keys.
Metagame, though. Boys, I heard 4 keys, right?
I think metagame, the stone is for finding the pieces, and then there are 3 actual keys. The stone brings them all together, and they're all like a part of the same thing. But the stone is not a key in itself. It's for finding the other pieces. You need all 4.
Yeah, but...
So, but technically our rod is a key, and then we're looking for the other 2. But the stone is the means of which tracking them.
Hold on. So I need 3 people to roll d6. And one at a time.
Oh boy!
I'll do
One
it.
at a time.
They did do one at a time.
And one more. Who's gonna be? All right.
Look at how good we are.
So we'll take Gorbachev. Roll a 4. The first key is an invisible creature.
Any invisible creature, or a specific one?
That's all he says.
Okay.
The second key is bronze dragon scale.
Okay.
The third key was 5. A shape changer. Bring those 3 things with an adamantium door, and they will open. Under the theater, there is a tunnel.
Oh, that's the.
It takes you to the sewers through a winding, circuitous route. Make a wisdom save, Elsie.
Shit.
Roll d4. You take 4 points of damage. Psychic damage. There's a loud noise, then like huge screeching. He goes, you have to, essentially you walk down the stairs, you go through a circuitous route, hear a loud screech, and then you present the 3 keys at the door. That's it.
Then what?
The door's open.
Can you tell me anything more what's inside?
Dragon.
What kind of
Who
dragon?
guards the coins for Lord Neverember. Beyond that, I don't know. I'm just an informant.
Okay.
So, tell me, what happened? He's asking about right after, the middle way through the initial God of the War. Maybe like 100 years after. Essentially, he started to ask you what happened 100 years after the Cataclysm. What happened 200 years after the Cataclysm? First he's asking for some history about that.
Sure. Elsie will explain everything as she can from what she knows.
How long do you spend giving him information?
Let's say 15 minutes.
All right. Make a insight check. Again, you guys see nothing. He's just quietly staring at this thing. Anyone else doing anything else when he does this? You just very gabby. You guys are just talking. So after your 15 minutes are over, he goes, what signifies the end of your 15 minutes? I assume you're asking a question.
Yes, I basically fill him in a little bit as much as I can, and I guess the rest of that part of the conversation is really, it's like, okay, so what do you know about the Imperium? What do you know about?
You know nothing about the Imperium.
Nothing about the Imperium.
Mm-mm. He has not been attuned to, except very recently, kind of briefly with the Manshoon. But in a long, long time, no one in the Imperium attuned with him. No one, Xanther never attuned to him.
Well, what do you want? What could we help you? You're helping us here. What can we help you with?
Make another insight check. He says, kind of humps. He goes, I need little from the likes of you. Just give me information and be on your way. The insight you get from it is he thinks very highly of himself. Very highly of himself. It's almost a blind spot. He's a little domineering and seems to be very hunger for knowledge. So he doesn't say he is. But the way you asked that question and he vented at you. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. With him rolling a 4. whatever reason, you can understand this guy. I mean, maybe it's your ability, your work with magic items, and your time as not only a tinkerer, but as the one of the few artificers. You're getting little insights into his personality.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of a blind spot there with his hubris, but he's very hungry for knowledge. He's very hungry for information.
Oh,
He's been stuck in a stone a long time.
I'm going to stroke the ego. That it's like, wow, you've been around for a very long time. You must have some amazing stories. I would love to hear some of those.
No, I don't want to share my stories with. I want to hear, since you only got through like 150, maybe 200 years. He goes, all right, so after the Titans came, what happened around then? He goes, so after the giants won and formed their own nation, then what?
Oh, shit, do I know that?
Yeah, but again, you can make a history check here. You want? Yeah. This is just kind of general knowledge of ancient history. How'd you do in social studies? Did you roll one? So you tell him information about ancient history. It's not great. You do get the sense he's getting bored, but the question is, how long do you spend talking before asking a question?
Not very long, because I don't know that much about that stuff. So I give him a little bit, and it's like, I make firearms, and you wouldn't happen to know anything about making powerful spells and powerful Eldritch cantrips, would you?
So, because this is not in the book, and I have to take it this way.
Yeah.
This is the first time I actually make insight.
That's true. You don't think he knows what an artificer is, does he? Nope.
You want to do anything to that roll?
Yeah, I'm going to add my 5 to that, so I'll get to 12 at least.
All right. He seems, it's not earth-shattering to him, but he seems a little more interested in that. He goes, what is a firearm? Is it something spell that turns an arm into fire?
Oh, how do I explain this? No, it's a weapon.
Because you're tuned to it. It has vision. It can see around you. It sees. It's a sentient creature.
Yeah, so I hold it up and then I just shoot it off to the side where nobody's sitting.
All right. Everyone else, make a wisdom save.
This is fucking cyberbullying.
It is.
For that purpose.
No one's gonna get it. Oh God, no. Oh God, no.
This floor is made of floor.
So
I have a +1 and I just rolled better than all of you.
I got a -1, baby.
So look at this. Look at this. This is the best. So it's taken him an hour to attune to this thing. And again, for the hour, he's kind of chatted with you guys. And as it progressed closer to the hour point, he talked less and less, became more focused on it. And then about the hour part, when he started talking, he just kind of tuned out and tuned off. And he's kind of moving around like he's having a conversation, but no words are coming out. He's just staring at it. And you assume that maybe he's obviously, you had an idea that could be a sentience in there. It was alluded to by Manshoon. He said it when he identified it. So you have an idea about it, but you don't know what's going on. So this has been going on for like 45 minutes, just silently. So you guys have been gotten for bed. You passed out food. You're getting your skivvies. You've done your duties for the night. Everything is that, right? And all of a sudden, out of the blue, he points his gun into a corner and shoots in a stone room in a tower. Fired a shot. All of you have no idea what's going on because, and I assume you would do something like this, Mike. Please keep me correct. He is kind kind of smiling to himself and holding up the gun now, kind of showing it to himself. And
Where's
smiling
where's
at it and like looking at it, and he's like holding it up like it's his baby. He's turning it over.
Yeah. She's telling him, it's like, you helped me improve this. It's like, I'm going to make history.
No.
If-
You haven't even got that far yet. Whatever coolness because you failed the fucking insight check, right? He's barely smart. Whatever aloofness he had, you shot that thing off. Kid in the candy store. Oh my god! So you instantly turned this uber geek. So you're like a Georgia redneck just got the brand new gun, but he's talking to himself in the corner. Like, oh, you're pretty, and just it's to everyone else who has no idea what's going on, it's creepy as fuck. To you and your imaginary friend, you're having the best conversation, and you haven't talked about anything important. You're just showing off your firearms. He doesn't know what a gun is. You just introduced him to a firearm, and you are Georgia gun nut. You are actually the original gun nut for this world.
Yes.
So you're like talking about, he's like, how's this work? He's like, oh, you start doing math with him, and you start asking questions, and he's like, how's that work? How's this work? How did it? And again, all of this is silent. He's taking his gun apart. He's holding up bullets now. Just like staring at him.
He's not going to get all the details, but yeah, he's going to get enough to be interested. Right?
Well, to be fair, he's trapped in a gem.
Yeah.
So you're not giving any information away, but you do. So I ask you, what do you give and what don't you give?
What don't I give? That's a good question.
Because he's gonna ask questions. Save us some time role playing. He's gonna ask questions. Want to know everything about it.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I'd give him for the most part, except on how to actually make them, because I don't want to actually, because somebody else is going to get a stone eventually. I don't want that slipping out, right? So, I said, but it does rely on certain arcane magics and things along those lines. And I'd explained that.
Are you trying to hide that Are you trying to hide those things from him without him knowing it? Or are you telling him I'm not going to tell you that?
I'm going to tell him I'm not going to tell him certain things.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Ooh. What is persuasion? Charisma?
No, it's it's charisma.
Oh yeah, it's charisma.
You lucky bastard. It has a charisma of 18.
Oh.
And no skills.
Nice. So that's what,
All
plus
right.
3? I just got it?
No, you got it by 1.
Yeah, I said by 1. Yeah.
Got it by 1. Uno mas was what I was going to take for him not to be persuaded by this. Not be upset. You actually feel like an almost grudging sense of respect from him
Nice.
for keeping that close to the chest. What do you want me to do?
Oh. I want you to, let's see. How do I persuade?
Exactly how you phrase it. RP it.
Hang on, give me a second. I gotta get the terminology, so give me 1 second.
All right.
We gotta do. Change all this crap around, so hang on 1 second.
What's he gonna say, chat?
What's the spells for it's fireballs mostly? That's ecovation. What's school magic is that? That's
Evocation.
yeah. What types of evocations could you maybe help me with? Do you think they could actually improve or make this stronger?
He can advise on that.
He can't. Okay.
He can, to a degree.
Oh, he can.
It's a. He does communicate that he is an aboleth that has been bound to this.
Oh, shit. Do I know what that is?
Yes.
Okay. You must know some old magic.
He is not necessarily that kind of thing. He does have some information and stories, but you get the idea. It's learning something new that he's excited about.
Okay.
You get the feeling if you're boring, he's gonna start causing problems.
Oh, dip. Well, let's say then we're gonna have an adventure together then, and we're gonna learn how to.
No, he doesn't tell you that. He doesn't tell you that. No, he doesn't say
okay.
anything about that. But you rolled very high in your persuasion and your original insight about kind of how he's looking at that with that 19. He's very. You originally figured out that he really likes knowledge and a thirst for it, and kind of the talks you have here, realizing the way he animated a little more about the firearms, he obviously knew nothing about it, never heard of it before. So he likes to be entertained with knowledge, but you get the distinct feeling that if you don't entertain him and you don't know what that sliding rule is, you may have a problem with him as a magic item. It is an aboleth, which is a not friendly underwater psychic death creature. So
yeah, no, I remember from the last campaign.
So what other questions do you have?
So other questions is also should inform you that many people want to kill me, including a beholder. So if you have any ways to circumvent or counteract a beholder, it'd be highly appreciated, probably in all our best interests.
I will have to. He does mention that he has heard of ways and devices people who hunt these things can help negate some of their worst features. If you remember, for people on this podcast, as well as the viewers watching at any time, they did this in Critical Role. There was essentially a magic item or a trap that helped negate their biggest problem, which was their anti-magic field. So I have to go find that one online, but that's that's metagame. Your guys don't character. You have to research that. But yes. He says, I've heard of something, so you have to find another place to research that. There are items out there that help you do things. Yes.
Okay. Hey, that's helpful.
So, yeah, you didn't realize there's a research session coming up, because you guys, that is some of the gates you guys have to cross to get to those. What else? Anything about the keys?
Yeah, going back to the
And
keys.
yes, to your point, you asked, yes, you've heard something different about the keys.
Yeah, so we've heard different things, so there's no fourth key. This is where you're
Do
aware.
you ask him?
Yeah, it's like we've heard there's 4 keys, and you're telling me there's 3. Danielle, any thoughts?
And he said there was some weird shit.
Yeah, and that touching the lock will kill you immediately. So kind of reiterate what Manshoon is a little bit. So is those lies, or is that true?
I am the one charged with understanding how to open the doors with the keys and where the vault is located. There are 3 keys.
Is it possible somebody put something that's on top of what you've done since then?
Nobody. The magic that made me is beyond your comprehension.
Okay.
You have another piece of this.
I do have the other piece. We have.
Oh, by the way, did you guys do anything while he went crazy there and shot everything? Would you guys do it? Because you failed your wisdom saves. It looks like a crazy.
If he made a dent in the wall, I would go over with my axe and make a bigger dent to show that axe better than bullet
Okay.
every time.
So there's a comical moment of you getting your axe stuck and having to put your foot on and get it out, but otherwise, because it's a magic axe, it's okay. Though you were concerned.
Stupid bullet.
You're concerned because you think this is a magic wall. But yeah, you then go back and sit down and begin sharpening your axe because you may have.
Was my dent bigger than the bullet's dent?
Yes. Because physically bigger, yes. There's now a corner of that wall that is no more.
So
Right.
So,
let's
bigger muscles.
Yeah, going back to talk with you. So, any invisible creature for key 1?
Yes.
Okay, any invisible creature. So if I turn myself invisible, I count.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dragon scales. Any particular dragon? Is it be alive? Just scales.
Bronze. No, it was bronze dragon scale.
Yeah, bronze dragon scale, right?
Yep.
So if we have, what do we have? We had the ruby scales there. The hang on.
You had the ruby dragon scales.
Yeah.
Salazar
Wookie
scales.
Actually, it's in that conversation. I'm going to derail a little bit. I'm going to ask him about that thing. So hang on a second. It's the. Let me get my notes. It was the. Shit. Hang on.
Dragon tail, dragon tail.
It was. Oh, what do we call those things? Hang on.
I believe it was Soladar, the dragon god.
Yeah.
We know who it is. Where are you going with that?
Okay, yeah. So those dragon scales won't help. It's just it has to be a specific bronze dragon. Anywhere any recollection where we can find a bronze dragon?
This guy hasn't been stuck in a box for 100 years.
It's in. We literally just heard there's a bronze dragon at the bottom of the lake.
It's true.
It was
All right.
like your DM knew that was coming.
I
I asked about the water.
Yeah.
I knew we should be scared of it.
All right. So that's okay.
Yeah.
And then
As a matter of fact, you should be, but that's just you know your DM too well.
Yeah, too much water in one place, man. What the fuck's it all doing there? It's up to something.
Part of it. All right. I'm tired, so I think that's about all I've got right now. So I can talk to him anytime we want, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all for tonight. It's nice meeting you. Let's call it a night.
He doesn't want to stop. He wants to keep asking questions.
Oh, but I'm so tired. We have to get some sleep.
So yeah, you guys have all gone to sleep. He's been. So I would assume your first watch is you messing with this thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you attach it to the other piece?
We don't know the other piece is within our party. It's in Steven's bag, hidden.
He never told you?
He has yet to reveal the fact that he has it.
Yeah, he stole it, didn't he?
Yeah, he yoinked it, and we don't know. And he has his own personal bag of holding, in which it resides,
Oh,
which we have not been able to take from him.
So what are
I
your
remind him of it often enough to where he might tell us.
Oh no, we're gonna get him shit-faced drunk and we're gonna take it. So don't worry.
You can't. He's a drunken bastard. He literally drinks turpentine to get drunk.
Yeah. I'm gonna make him a jug of alchemy there, and then it'll be under him for a while.
So, your quest item is locked behind a drunken idiot?
Yes.
Yeah, a secretive drunken idiot.
He's still saying.
Untrusting, secretive, drunken idiot. Oh, I love my brother. All right, so yeah, you guys don't know where that other one is. So,
The rod? Is that the piece, the hilt?
yeah, no, that's all you guys know. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, and just like it, because I'm confused, So if the 3 keys to the outer door are an invisible creature, a bronze dragon scale, and a shape changer, then what the fuck are all the other pieces for? I thought they were keys to the door.
Yeah.
You guys are all
So-
very confused now.
Yeah, that's
Which
what I'm
is-
thinking.
And
I
that
didn't
son of a
think this would
bitch,
happen, but that's fantastic.
Moonshade, wasn't allowed to lie to us because of the demon pact.
Yeah, there's layers to this.
I didn't think the layers would come out this way because of my brother's douchebaggery. But it's fantastic that it did. This is it. That's the end of it. That's all you guys know. He is apparently has some sort of glitch in him. That's all he makes a loud noise every now and then. He doesn't. You can't. If you continue, do you ask him any more questions about that? Did you poke around that anymore, or are you leaving it go every time you made it?
No, I should ask that question. So after that last one, I took the damage there. I was like, what was that?
If you ask around the same subject again, you'll have to roll again. He has no reference of it or be able to talk about it, but every time you kind of try to get information about what other things that you heard from Manshoon, it's like he's glitched.
Oh.
And you have to make that roll.
Oh. Okay. Got it. That's good information. Okay.
So, in interest of time, I won't do it, but I'm going to run you guys through a rest. Close window. Where's rest? Did I give you guys a rest?
He hasn't used it in 12 sessions.
Yeah, rest. Yeah, you guys have rest.
Yeah,
Where
we
the
don't-
fuck is the rest button?
We
I
don't really
remember you guys
sleep.
doing that.
Here you go. You're sleeping. There you go.
Okay. Xanther's Guide to Everything. Part 3!
I just saw the gif of the stone. That's exactly what it is. It's a stone with googly eyes.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Got that thing in
All
inventory
right.
now? It's got charges, right, too? That's what I should have asked about.
Oh
that.
yeah,
I'm
sorry, I forgot to tell you the charges. So what it does do,
Got a whole bunch of stuff in there. So it's a legendary item, right? So it's got stuff.
I'm gonna put it in your, where are you, Elsie?
Okay.
Put it in your inventory. Okay, stone of glow, right? Stone. Stone of glory. There you go. You should see it in your thing now, and I will clip it or tune it.
Yeah, I'm gonna undo the all-purpose tool. There we go.
You have legend lore.
What's legend lore?
The spell to learn about lore. It's a high-level spell. I think it's like fucking 4th or 5th.
Fifth level. Name or describe a person, place, object. The spell brings to mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed information you receive is. The information you learn is accurate, but you might be couched in a figurative language. For example, you have a mysterious magic axe on hand. The spell might yield this information. Woe the evildoer whose hand touches the axe, for even the haft slices the hand of the evil ones. So, it gives you legend lore. So, you can ask questions about things that could be legendary that you may not be able to find out there in books, and it will tell it to you if the stuff you're questioning has lore to it.
Woohoo!
Good to know. Okay.
It's like something you could use right away.
Ask about the blood demon tattoo.
Hold on. What?
Yeah.
By the way, Sean, I decided upon the College of Whispers, I get Smite.
Well, that's not doesn't sound bad. So I'm gonna have you roll on 2 things here. Where'd it go? There it is. Ah, that's right. I needed that table. Where's that table? Table. This is on the minor beneficial properties DMG. Minor beneficial properties DMG. All right. While attuned to this artifact, you are immune to disease.
Take that.
I will put that as I can grab it. Boop, 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 boop. Let's put that in your inventory. Boop. There you are. There's a gray stone of glory there. I'm going to put it in.
So we give this thing to Gorby.
No, it's going to be in the notes. It's on your. It's in your sheet now.
Okay.
It's going to be 1 beneficial and 1 detrimental. Minor detrimental properties. Detrimental, excuse me.
Efficiency bones.
Okay. For metagame, I'm going to tell you this to you, but your character doesn't know this yet. But, hold on, let me close some things down. Lost my thing. There it is. The first time you touch a gem or a piece of jewelry while attuned to this artifact, the value of the gem or jewelry is reduced by half.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go. Those are saved there for you. The placeholder. So you have those things going for you as well.
Gotcha.
But you could cast legend lore on anything you think has a legendary history. Like itself.
Yeah, I got you. I'm thinking we got 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about Manshoon a little bit too. I think he's about to fuck us as well. Yeah, let's start with the first one and talk about the stone.
All right. What do you ask?
God, you made me think. I'm fucking tired. Hang on.
RP is hard. Now you can share the, you guys can talk. If you say, hey, I'm sharing everything with them, then you can talk about their back and forth, and they share, and you're sharing things with them. And you guys can converse and try to figure this out.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to know? Because my brain's fried. I've been up since 7, 5 hours of sleep. So what are you guys thinking?
Y'all are doing great.
I'm thinking about the vault too. I want to know more about the vault.
So I'm gonna say, hey, Gorbachev, nice to meet you. I'm famous.
No, you can't talk to it. But saying for you, like this was me reading ahead and knowing what that you're gonna get, so you'd be able to use it to, I don't know, figure out the lore of shit you've skipped over.
Okay.
So you have 3 from last night, and you gain 1d3 charges in the morning.
Okay, give me a second. I haven't gone through this deep yet, so hang on 1 second. Let me go through all these notes.
Gotta give you guys.
I want to know
things you
more
can
about.
do.
I want to know more about the Dawn Shields too.
So we should definitely do it on Xanthar. When we think, like we were talking about potential.
Here's a spell for you guys to read. Has to be. I believe it has to be an item.
Oh, item.
Let me double check.
No,
sorry.
person, place, or object.
No, my bad. No. I stand corrected.
Yeah, I mean, we can find lots about Xanthar to begin with, and we're not going after him right away anyway. So I think.
But like we're gonna have a bunch of these. We can kind of go through them. So definitely the stone, right? Like we'll ask, like, describe the origin and purpose of the Stone of the Galore, right? Legend lore.
I think we got a lot of it already, but yeah. I mean, we can go through that. I mean, obviously your axe is one of them too, because we want to get your power ups, right? There's.
I would say, like, well, we already know how to upgrade my axe, and the only, like, the truly special weapon we have is Karis's trident. So we can skip my axe. I would want to use it on the Vagrant. I'd want to use it on the Lich. I'd want to use it on the Shark. I'd want to use it on...
I want to know more about Manshoon myself, to be honest with you. So
yeah, Manshoon.
Because he just fucked us, I think. So, which is completely understandable. We're useful idiots, but
yes, was it Compumpkit? Yes. Whatever that Russian word is.
Yeah, apparatchiks or something like that. Yeah. So the first thing
I don't speak Russian.
Yeah, first thing first is like so I want to find out more about Manshoon, because there's obviously with the glitch shit and he's not actually able to remember things along those lines. Let's do the first thing on Manshoon to see what we got ourselves into.
Okay. I think you might have to say it.
I'm just thinking,
because
I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea. The glitch is because do you share everything with everyone?
Oh, I'm out of the transfer rate. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring up. I'll get the guys up to speed. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and make an Arcana check with advantage. Actually, you're too into it. Katana, make an Arcana check.
On it, boys. Oh dear.
Nope.
I know
Round
nothing.
and round we go. Never mind.
Called on the wrong one today, boys.
Yep. Never mind.
And thank you for playing.
All right. So the things you won't be learning today. What would you want to ask again?
I wanted to tell me everything about Manshoon.
And he would have to say, oh, all right, so it will say. What would it know as a legend lore? The wizard, the head of the, how do I put this? Please excuse my prose. The evil wizard with many lives sits on his black throne and watch his empire spread its tendrils across the world. only to be driven back by the equally evil tendrils of Dawn. A wizard. I'm not done. A wizard that has cheated death more than once, only to give over in the end on his endless quest for immortality. What started as one, now as many, headed to one. The great Wizard of Black will not be bound by hold on. Important word. Must have word. Lore. Well, I forgot the name of that thing. I wrote it down. Nope. Oh, I forgot the name of the capital, the Imperium. Aurorius. Will not be bound by the shackles of Aurorius.
How do you spell that?
Aurorius is the capital of the Imperium. City of Dawn, it's called. Hence the imagery of the dawn coming out. But he referenced it as the evil city of Dawn will not bound him in shackles.
Oh, I get it now.
Okay, well that
a
was
couple
useful.
things going on there.
Yeah.
One charge expended.
Second charge, I think we should know what the hand and the eye is, right? We know what it is, but I think we need our
Have
people
you
know what it
actually? You hasn't. No one's told you about a hand and an eye yet.
Yeah, that was kind of walked back. He just said he wants the body.
He wants
He
the
wants
body.
the body.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know as characters because your last campaign involved someone who looked just fucking like him.
Yeah.
And he seems to be just a dude with a messed up hand. Like he wears gloves on the left hand. That's what you're getting at.
We could ask about that body though. You know, just describe a person, place, or thing. There's a body hidden within the hidden vault.
Yep.
Underneath the great vault. Who's that?
Yeah. What he said? Nothing.
Look up the spell.
So we use it to swap, no?
Well, it says describe a person, place, or thing. There's a wizard.
At the very bottom.
Who died down there.
He's not legendary.
He's not legendary.
You don't know why.
It's okay. Do we want to know about Sorendil? We only got one charge left, and then we only get one tomorrow. So, do we want to save it, or do we want to?
I mean, we know. Well, we don't. I mean, no, we get 1d3 tomorrow, so we could realistically get 3 back.
Yeah.
But you could. What was the other things you want to look out? Sorendil.
We could do Lord Sorendil, yeah.
Or
Sorendil.
the what was the item?
Oh, I don't care about this. The dragon scale come over with.
The trident.
Yeah, the trident probably worth. Also, we have to find that fucking thing.
What'll it be, boys?
What do you think? What do you think, Mike? I think kind of. Well, actually, I mean, we can do more in the morning. So let's just knock the trident off the list.
That's fair.
All right.
And we didn't really ask about the stone, but we can do that later too.
Yeah, because we got to talk about the down shields. There's a whole. I mean, we're going to be talking to this thing quite a bit.
All right.
I want to know about Maury.
The Trident. The Trident was owned by Karis's father and his father before him. It is a weapon of legend. Designed as it was once a much larger weapon. I'm not going to use prose, so give me a break. I'm not going to write the whole goddamn thing in prose, because this one's long. It was a weapon that was created kind of around, and I have to, hold on, let me think about this real quick. Where would I put it in the timeline? So, it almost talks about a weapon made by the gods before the gods were created, or it itself is an unknown lore of what it is. Adding to the mystery about this item. And I had it, oh, where is it? It is, because I just had his character up. What? Nope. Here's Karis. Karis, where are you? Characters, Karis. There he is. It was called Gloridas Protectorate. That was his, yep, I think it was his father's name. I'll have to go back and check his history. That was the name of the Trident. Besides being a weapon, and besides being built out of special kinds of mithril and having certain powers over the ocean, was able to make the reason it was specifically designed for Karis's people is Karis's people were designed to be the protectors or the shepherds of a god killer, of a titan. During the forming of the earth of Corin, when this is kind of gleaned from some of the knowledge of D&D smashed together, but they always have the titans and the dragons, giants and dragons help build the foundations of worlds. Take it a little farther in Eberron. Happens kind of sort of as Titans in Forgotten Realms. But in this world, we have the Attack on Titan-esque civilization of the giants, but also the kind of stuff they had from Eberron, where the ancient dragons and the ancient giants had magic and worked together and helped form the world with the gods. And during that time, there was a beast that was there to help keep the peace. It was there to help, stop people who sought too much power or other creatures traveling through the multiverse that could threaten the gods while they built their fledgling world. So there's a reason why there are no Tarrasques on this planet. This thing used to hunt them. And what I'm describing is Godzilla. And Karis would be there with you, hearing these legend lore, and says, that's the thing I've been having dreams about. He's been having dreams of floating in front of Godzilla. And Godzilla is a Tarrasque hunter. So he hunts titans and keeps bad multi-dimensional creatures out of this world. And this weapon was designed not kind of to control him, but almost like a way to make nature move a certain direction. You can't control a force of nature, but you can direct it to a degree. Rome was rumored that the gods could control it, but this was given to them as they were supposed to protect it, because once it was done doing its job and they were done forming the world, they locked it away in the deepest part of the ocean, and has never left there ever since. The lore is that giant whirlpool that blocks it moved around the time of the Sundering, the time of the Blight, when for a little while big magical enchantments went down. Before you could sail all the way to the southern continent, which is mostly icy, but it used to have access to a green, verdant civilization that is exactly like Chult, where is a ancient place full of dinosaurs and undead, but very vibrant and has lots of money. But that area was blocked off around the Sundering by that giant whirlpool, and it has not moved since the Sundering. That apparently is the prison of the Titan Killer, whose name I now have to come up with for the next stream. It's not Godzilla.
That's good info.
And it is said that this weapon was built from a piece of the god's weapon that used to control the thing outright. This is just a shadow of that weapon, designed to help calm it and direct it broadly to help when it needs time to protect things. But there has not been other Titans on this planet for like 1,000 years. There was once, actually, everyone make a history check.
I am not from here, but I will try.
You can, because you're a bard.
No, I can't.
Nope. Not high enough. Katana, you got one. You could probably do it.
What am I rolling for, sir?
History.
Oh, I'm actually good at this one. Hopefully I don't roll a flippin' 1.
Good
1 with a 0.
contributing.
Not bad.
So you don't know exactly when the timing is, but it's framed right. But there are dinosaur bones and then there are Tarrasque bones. Tarrasque used to be more prevalent in the world. The giants, they used to feed giants. They were terrors to every civilization, and the giants and the dragons and the literal races work together, or the godlings, excuse me, work together to help get rid of some of the titans. That's kind of general ancient lore. When we talk about the dinosaurs, that's what they talk about. That's their ancient lore. There have been no titans here for a long time. There was one that came through. Again, there was a lot of chaos in the first few years after the blight happened and the death of Mistra. The kind of balance between the worlds got less before the blight really took form, like it is now. And there was, it's so long ago that people don't talk about it, but there was another Titan that came through, another Tarrasque or something like it that came through around that time, and it supposedly died right after that. That's not high enough to know any details about it. Just it's kind of like, didn't I remember somewhere in school, like, I hadn't seen one for most of history, and then we saw one like beginning of the blight, maybe making that up. So that's kind of what the 17 gives you. No details, just you have a broad idea. That kind of lines up with some of the things the Lord just said. That's your 3, gentlemen.
Yeah. That's a good one, though.
So, let's speed up a little bit. I won't make you roll random encounters and everything. We're gonna come to an end soon, so I won't make you roll. We'll roll tomorrow in the beginning to have weather checks. Let me write that down.
More about so we're going after the.
So before we do that, now Karis is not here, and I don't know when because of world events. If and when our dear Karis will come back, so I will probably run him as an NPC, and maybe get help from other people who want to try Paladin for a little bit and play around with it. Just because he ended up being a very big part of the story. There will be an opportunity later, in a couple levels, to kind of dump him into a side mission, and you guys go on your way after I talk to our dear friend. But let's just say, much like it happened when we lost Aggro last time, and I had to use him that way. This is the same thing. It happens sometimes. Sometimes people leave and their characters are not huge parts of the story, and they go to Magic Bottle and never come back. Sometimes their backstories become integral parts of the story, and they're now my NPC. Which is what I warned all of you when you build your characters with me. Cool shit happens when you give me cool shit in your backstories. But if something happens in an IRL, I have a cool NPC, and I know how to treat him. Or her. So, that night, Karis has a dream. He's had a dream where he's felt out of control because he doesn't have his thing anymore. But now he kind of knows what it is. He goes to bed dreaming of this monster. And when he now getting a picture where it is and knowing it's in the cold water, it's in the poles, and you know what? He has a little more vision this time. There is a small settlement of Triton in that part of the world. They're a special breed because they live in cold fucking water. But yeah, that lines up that they're protecting this. And in this time in the vision, he has a lot more agency to move around and see the sides of this thing. You guys can look online. There are NPCs out there, but this is Godzilla. This is that big, that huge, you know, maybe head and shoulders above a Tarrasque in size. It's huge. It is also waking up. Clear and silly. Now he's moving around this thing. He sees the whirlpool acts as some sort of chain on it. And the controls of which are tied to a kind of god that lives in an ice castle that floats around the 10 towns area there. I have smashed two things together and moved 10 towns, which is where it is in Forgotten Realms, to a different part. So that is for D&D aficionados. Essentially, Rime of the Frost Maiden is, I've co-opted part of the story. That's what's keeping Godzilla at bay. Currently. But in this dream, he just gets confirmation about this. And I'll give it to him because he's not here. There's like a spot on his head that is a seat with a kind of altar, not an altar, but like a podium next to him, where the bottom of the trident sinks in, like a steering wheel, or not a steering wheel, like a placeholder for it.
That's awesome. So we're gonna see Karis going off to City Dawn.
I'm sorry. That is inside a small temple that is inside its spikes on his back. So, have you guys ever played Shadow of the Colossus?
Yep.
That kind of thing. there is a dungeon on his back.
Awesome.
I think we need to go in
That
the
is
water, boys.
badass. I want to see like a render of that.
I don't know. You see the render we had this morning, or you see in my tweets. Sometimes AI is good and sometimes AI is bad. It does not like beholders.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
Not like beholders in any way. You can give as many pictures as you like. It's like, no. So, this is me also stealing a little bit from Critical Role, because I love the concept that they had that title. But there's a dungeon on it that you can walk on, yes. And at the front of it, looks like some sort of, at least a seat you can sit on and have some sort of agency inside this temple. What that means, don't know. Alright, what else you got? Oh, who else is here? So, Helmsman. He doesn't have any epiphany dreams, but he sees that guy in his dreams again. You know, you have your like normal dreams, or you're like walking through a town or whatever. For whatever reason, now that he's made the connection, he sees that guy in his dreams. Just tonight. Not the Wanderer, the guy who turned you guys in. The guy, remember, there's a guy who came in was wearing like the symbol of the Wanderer, but he came in with that item that was in the back of his shop and essentially got you guys in trouble. He had stolen it from somebody. He jumped somebody and brought it. None of you remember this?
the guy who Morticia spoke to, that Manshoon didn't know who he was.
Yep. That was the guy that was the first person that started this whole thing down. Is in Ravensburg, where Helmsman had his shop. He essentially ran a secure Dropbox because he was attached to the Imperium of Dawn's building. And he'd been there a long time, using his knowledge of smithy and his own crafting ability, had created a magical lockboxes and places for them. And people from the Imperium would use these boxes to store things. And he had someone had brought an item to him. He had stored it back there and had asked him to bring it with you when he went to the Dawn Shield that day to drop it off. And something in there triggered the whole thing where the Dawn Shield broke. And that guy never was found. He apparently had jumped the Imperium folks that were delivering it, and it looked like Helmsman was in on it. So that's what got him to lose his shop. That's what got you guys to get kind of caught up in this whole thing. That's what caused Karis to lose his standing with the Imperium. That's what freed Amnon. That's what brought Gorbachev where he was that day.
Puppet master, motherfucker. And he wears the mark of the traveler.
He wears the mark of the Wanderer, excuse me, the Wanderer. I think it's the same god, Wanderer Traveler. But yeah. The trickster god. God of travelers. And in the lore, he is alive, but he is not one of the Sovereign Seven, they call it. One of the seven good gods that's left. He is part of the Pantheon, but, you know, he's kind of a forgotten god. No one knows where he went during the War of the Gods. He didn't get killed, but he also hasn't done a lot of fighting.
He's the Loki.
He's what?
He's the Loki.
You don't know. He is a good aligned god. He's a neutral good aligned god. He's more chaotic neutral, but the War of the Gods has made him. He's associated with the pantheon of good, not the pantheon of bad. But he is essentially non-existent. People who worship him, it's like, worshiping old Sanskrit gods or Greek gods. It's like not to offend anyone. It's like being Mormon in America, right? It's just a very small sect. Not a lot of Mormons here, but you kind of get the reference, right?
Yeah.
So it's they're not unheard of, but technically he's also a trickster. But yeah, it is also the guy that Morticia has only person that Morticia has a relation to that he has done any research into. And he knows nothing about the guy, Manshoon. And he knows very little about her, except that she gives great information.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to unpack here.
It's like your DMs and layering things in from the get-go that you only just discovered he layered in.
No, he's just winging it.
Actually, I can actually say this part I am not winging. I'm very happy you motherfuckers finally got to this point.
Okay.
Remember, you passed the stone like twice. Fuck.
Hey, well, the one time we had it, we had to have a Benny Hill chase through the streets, fucking ravens showing up, picking shit up off the ground.
So good.
Why was it so hard?
It was so good. And all because Katana wanted to be a dick that one day because you guys talked about it. Said we know how to screw Sean. We'll just put the, we're gonna skip this whole like subplot of the oppressed Warforged, and we're gonna shove him in a bag.
No more bag shoving.
And I'm gonna play video games, but the whole 2 sessions while we're running around.
No more bagging. No more bagging.
Get teabagged.
Yeah, we honestly have to do something about that, and we need to get the hell out of this city for a little while.
Well, yeah.
I didn't even expect that. That'd be interesting. Remember, the last time you guys skipped out on a mission and went to someplace different, it literally broke the world.
Yeah.
You guys
Only
left.
for
You said, "Hey, we're kind of done."
temporary
With, no, I had it planned this way, but technically, you guys left to go do Curse of Strahd, and the elemental evil happened. So that was
Not our
bad.
fault.
No, it was gonna happen anyway. But just saying, I would not expecting you guys to say, "Fuck it, let's go somewhere else and just screw this part." That'd be an interesting turn of events, and I would love to write that.
Well, we can't fight Xanthar. He's gonna disintegrate us. And we can't just hang out. And we need bronze dragon scales to open the damn door. So, we gotta go down in the water.
Yeah.
We can get the sharks.
Time to find out more about the Warforged.
Random encounters, experience for the party.
So here's another mystery, right? So we were told to use a ring and a crown, right? So what the hell are those things? Since we actually were told that that's not really the key to the vault, so there's a layer in front of that, and there's something.
Yeah,
I'm
we haven't asked
I'm
the
gonna say
stone
this
guy
now
yet.
because I otherwise you guys will be sitting about this another week, and we might not play or something, and it'll be fucking months. But you could also ask Legend Lore about the fucking thing you just picked up.
Yeah, you did mention that before.
Hey, Legend Lore, what's the thing?
You can't. You have to wait till the morning. Use the morning. Roll D6 and half it. Who wants to roll it? Oh, it has to be Elsie. Elsie. No shit. She got 2.
Yes.
All right. What are you asking? It's very specific how you have to figure this one out. It's like your DM's a dick. You guys can help him. don't,
So
I'm not dumping it on him.
use legend lore on the Stone of Galore, right? Or
But you have to phrase this question a certain way, because what do you know about it? It seems to have some sort of glitch in it.
Yeah, no, I hear. So, exactly. So I guess the question there is, legend lore, why can't the stone remember anything when it comes to what its involvement with Manshoon was?
Is it that specific of a question you can ask? That specific of a question?
All right, so tell us everything about the Stone of Galore. How's that?
All right, that will do. Yeah, you just ask about the Stone of Galore.
Yeah.
Forgotten current tales, forgotten stories. So, what it tells you is, so I've retconned something. So give me a second. Galore. 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 So. Oh, I'm sorry. I read this wrong. By using the stone to cast legend lore is how you communicate directly with it.
Yeah, it tells us, right?
Yeah. So to find out. So I would say, yeah, using the stone to ask. That seems that's just hold on. I can't be sentient, and you have to use a spell to talk to it. So I'm a retconning that shit. You ask it about itself to give you stories and history. It says it was created long ago. It kind of hints that it's before the cracking, which doesn't make sense to you, but come with me. A ancient wizard. How would I put this? Yeah, it would do this. An ancient wizard who was once a hero of Riverton had to extend his life to ensure that ruin wouldn't happen from across the multiverse long after he died. So he created a holder of secrets that could be attuned to different kind of locations and used as a sentient key. Knowing that at a time in the far future, it would need to be used to help protect very important things. It was for a long time used. It sounds like this vault was created long ago, and they upgraded this vault, the Vault of Dragons, before the breaking. This was created just before the breaking as a key to that. It then describes after the breaking that it was used in a ritual to create another item. Those other items were used as a key to another vault, where this vault was put inside of it. and all memory of that vault was erased from the Stone of Galore to ensure extra secret way to do it. The only way to find it is by combining those items again. So it is a double magic item.
Got it.
It has it was lost. You see images of kind of like the Ring of Power, right? He's sitting in a bottom somewhere. Someone found it. Someone did, but you eventually was. So hold on. It eventually was lost in the Imperium and found by a thief, and through the very innocuous ways, because the stone has its own sentience and it can, if it doesn't like you, take control of you. It was brought to Xanther, and Xanther had it for 150 years. Until it was taken by whose name I forgot was a big name here, and then then it was lost. So Xanther's older than you thought he was.
So,
and hold on. And what he describes, the wizard he described, is actually Gargamel. Reed Rivers. That would be Amnon's old character from the last campaign's wizard, his mentor.
Yeah, the mentor, the one that we played when
we played the high level campaign, and he fought he fought all kinds of shit.
Yeah, the reason there's a whole big fucking sword in the ground right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me make sure I hear this right, because again, I'm tired. So there's the vault for the treasure that has the dragon and all the rest of the stuff, which is all the keys that we just talked about, the Stone of Galore. Within that vault is a secret vault that has these other items for it. Is that what I heard?
This item is a key to that.
So, but the location of that secret vault is within this vault.
It's a vault within a vault.
Right.
Within a
Okay.
vault.
That's okay. So I was looking.
It's a Russian doll, actually.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, I'm on the same page. I was actually just getting close, but I was on the opposite thing. I thought there was something in front of the vault. So okay, so there is
something in front of the vault. You've been told that. What is the thing you've told about? Again, you can't figure that because you haven't figured out how to ask it questions about the thing it doesn't know yet. Yeah. Because my brother's an idiot. But what you was described to by Manshoon was there is an outer lock that you can't get to.
Yeah, that's the part I picked up on. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like Lord Neverember just had more knowledge about this than you knew, or maybe Lord Neverember really wasn't involved as much as it was, because it sounds like some old wizards were involved in this for like 1,000 years.
Yeah, I think we're gonna bring Rainier to this.
Okay.
I'm thinking too, but we'll talk about that at a later time.
So you have one left for the day. I'm gonna let you cook in that, so you have one to use next session.
Yeah,
what you have figured out is you have to figure out is where you're gonna go next, what you're gonna do, and what I would suggest is set up your own chat, guys. You don't have to include me on it, but start chatting, start figuring this out. You guys, if you haven't realized yet, I have been planning this for a long time, and you just got to the middle part of this game. There's a lot of lore you guys have actually, all of your backstories are starting to come together again. On purpose.
It's hard with consequences, man. We're not just moving from place to place anymore. You call it murder hobos, but we have a home. We live here. People know us. We can't just run away.
We just stop fucking killing random people in the street. And
stop taking the stone from me 3 times in 10 minutes, and I won't get angry.
Well, no, in my defense, you guys, the Benny Hill thing is not my doing. You even with like lore checks, like, okay, I roll 1. You don't know that. Like, you forgot what 2 + 2 is. Yeah, math is gone for today. It's just, you make the best rolls. It's the greatest thing.
Long day. A long campaign.
Mm-mm.
I'm surprised we lived this long. But,
So, what I want for you guys, homework. So I want to move this along because we do want to speed it up. And this is lore heavy. This was designed to bring you guys up to speed and let you know some of the things that you have been kind of pushing off of the wayside are 100% catching up to you. And you will have to deal with them shortly. You have 2 places to go. You have to find out to do it. This is a heist. So think of Ocean's 11. You have 2 places, and it doesn't mean you have to steal them. You could ask for them. You could attack full frontal. You could go in sneaky. You could do all. You can go from the water. There's all kinds of things. Because and just so you know, Jar Axle is at the Waterside Carnival. He's a floating carnival. So yeah, there's water involved in this. Those are the 2 things to get what you know is a crown and a ring. As you heard, there are other things to open. There's another door to open, which seems to be part of the inner part of this that was kind of added to later. You also have some information to do more research on. You do have the ability to do it kind of 1 to 3 times a day, depending on what you do. But you also have other research you can do that is just as, I say, effective and more team-based that you can do. You have a lot of resources. You have spent a lot of time in this campaign not fucking about, even though it seems like, even to everyone else may seem like you have. You have been role-playing in the world I gave you, creating contacts that are people you can lean on. This is time for role-playing. You're in the middle part of a D&T campaign. You guys are 8th level. You have a lot of contact resources and things you can do that are not just smashy, blowy up, blow up.
yeah, we have to sleep on some of this. And listen
Do
to
we need
this.
to watch more Critical Role at that point?
If you let go, so I've stolen some ideas from Critical Role. I haven't like full lifted on. I will if you do want to go look at those items that let you hunt beholders, that is going to be a full lift. I saw that somewhere in DM's Guild or some website somewhere, but there are weapons things like to do that. And I'll be researching that this week. But you have other options. You're right, metagame. At 8th level, you should not fight a beholder. But you guys could probably take them at 9 or 10. And while I know Eve of Ruin is a 10 to 20 campaign, you know how I roll this. So we're going to be able to do that toward the multiverse, but it's not an exact rip of that either, because they have some weird far-fetched things they do there.
We not just fight Vecna at this level, or is Vecna just like nowhere near us?
Metagame,
It's
Vecna's all
level
around
20.
you. Vecna's all around you. You'll see that shortly. You can probably take a Lich, if you're careful, but you couldn't take the new version of Vecna. No. So what you guys know from, I won't break it up. I won't ruin it for you. It's part of the surprise.
Yeah.
What your old characters know, because you were in Barovia, is that you fought a version of Vecna, because he did mention there multiple ones, who was collecting the eyes and hands of different Vecnas, because it seems like if you can't destroy the magic item, people were throwing them into pocket universes to get rid of them. So this one in particular was like collecting them, like eating them. And the last time you saw him in your previous campaign, he had left your world because he had made his deal with Strahd and given Strahd a hand and an eye. And you guys fought my fucked up version of Strahd as the final character in your last campaign. But that multi version of multiverse version of Vecna came to this world. But and that was, you know, your old characters have not made it back to this world yet. One of which is the Vagrant.
Isn't Belzan on the Dragon Continent somewhere?
No, so the only people who are in this world are the Bard that you play, Brian, Sir Lord Patrick Stewart, who had gotten one of the gifts, the dark gifts from the dark gods in Raven.
He got a super raw deal.
Who he can now live forever, but nobody will ever know any good deeds he ever does.
Yeah, everybody fucking forgets.
Yeah, everyone forgets that, and in fact, your name will be known by to be feared as a villain. Hence, the weird vampire lich that had taken your name, Lord Patrick Stewart, is the Lord of the Airkeep in.
Yeah, it's effective for doing bad shit.
And the other person was Reed, who, in his weird hermit way, made a friend with a lich, a crazy lich, helped the crazy lich get his brains back, and in return for helping him, gave him the secret of lichdom.
Yeah.
So, Patrick Stewart, now the Vagrant, and because he found a loophole. He calls himself something different, he can have notoriety. So the Vagrant, Reed Rivers, and that's it, right? Yeah, that's it, who's in this world currently. The thief that my brother played, whose name I forget, Roderick, Belzan, I think yours would come too. I forgot the name of your character. Katana. But your character was it Skywalker?
Yeah, Skywalker.
Skywalker, and who am I missing? Oh, and Helmsman's character, Serrato. They're all on the ship.
Yeah, nice.
And your understanding is they've been moving through, because there's always been some weird time dilation traveling through the various realms, but they're moving through the realms of dread. On their goal when we left them was to leave Ravenloft and travel the realms of dread on the floating city-state that is Torritica.
I want to see a drinking contest between Skywalker and Kai.
Ooh, that would be a good contest.
Oh no, I think Sky, you're done. It's really hard for him to get drunk. Like he also, if he doesn't keep drinking, he might die. Kind of thing. Well, gentlemen, hold on, let me do this for the stream. Everyone, thank you for sticking around to our table talk at the end here, so you can learn a little bit about the lore. This is the Murder Hobos, and I am the DM, Darth Wookie. Thank you for joining us today on our stream. I'm going to cut the stream off while I talk to my friends here and help them with any non-com stuff. Please join us Thursdays usually, depending on life, around 8. Thank you. Thank you for joining Murder Hobos.